The clock struck midnight. Mira, who had been wandering her grandmother's old mansion with a candle in hand, noticed something unusual, where there had always been a blank wall. A tall iron door now stood, covered in strange runes that shimmered like moonlight. Curiosity tugged at her stronger than fear ever could. She turned the handle. The door creaked open, revealing a massive library that stretched into endless darkness. Books floated in the air, whispering softly. The scent of old parchment mixed with something cold and alive. "Welcome, reader," said a flickering voice. Mira gasped. A small candle on a nearby table blinked its flame like an eye. "I'm Ollie," said the candle cheerfully. "And you shouldn't be here." Mira stepped inside despite Ollie's warning. A library that appears at midnight? How could I not explore? Ollie sighed, his waxy face drooping. "Every book here is a door. Open one, and you walk into the story. But beware, the librarian doesn't like intruders." Mira picked up a dusty tome titled The Castle That Never Sleeps. The moment she opened it, a chill swept through the air. The library vanished. She was standing in a vast stone hall lit by ghostly torches. Shadows whispered across the walls. A portrait's eyes followed her. "Mira!" hissed a voice. She turned, and the painted woman stepped out of the frame. The ghostly woman reached for Mira. Ollie appeared beside her, his tiny flame trembling. "We have to leave the story before it traps us!" "How?" Mira cried. "The ending! Find it and close the book!" They ran through corridors filled with restless spirits. At the top of a tower, they found a single sentence carved into the stone. "The castle sleeps when the brave stand tall." Mira took a deep breath, lifted her chin, and faced the ghosts. "Sleep," she commanded. A gust of wind blew through the hall. The ghosts dissolved into mist, and the castle faded away. Mira landed back in the library, panting. Ollie's flame dimmed. "You're lucky," he said. "Not everyone escapes."
Don't open another one.
But Mira's eyes had already fallen on another book, Reflections of the Lost. She couldn't resist. This time, the floor rippled like water. She fell through it and landed before a massive mirror. Her reflection smiled, but she hadn't.
Trade places?
It whispered. Her reflection stepped out of the glass, pulling her in. Trapped behind the surface, Mira watched her double grin wickedly. Ollie's muffled voice echoed. "Mira, say the truth aloud! Mirrors can't bear honesty!" she shouted. "I'm not afraid!" The glass cracked, then shattered. The reflection screamed and vanished in shards of silver light. Mira stumbled back into the library again. Before she could catch her breath, the shadows thickened. From between the shelves, a tall figure emerged, cloaked in black smoke with eyes like ink drops. "The librarian," Ollie whispered. "He guards the forbidden stories." "You've wandered too far," the librarian's voice rumbled. "Readers must not change their tales."
Mira. What do you think?
Mira's hands trembled, but she lifted Ollie high. "Stories exist to be read," she said, "and bravery writes new endings." The librarian's shadow reached for her, but Ollie's flame flared bright, bathing the room in golden light. The books trembled, whispering louder, until one by one they began to close. The iron door reappeared. "Go, Mira!" Ollie cried. "But what about you?" He smiled faintly. "I'm part of the story." "You're not." She ran through the door just as the clock struck 1. When Mira awoke, she was in her own bed. The iron door was gone. The candle on her desk was just wax. No eyes, no voice. But next to it lay a book she'd never seen before.